Okay guys, here we are. This is the California DMV. We're about to drive out right now to go for the real road test, practical drive. So when you are driving out of the parking lot, remember your speed limit is 10. And as you're driving out, you're watching out for pedestrians. Remember also pedestrians have the right of way. So you got to watch out for them. So before you drive out of the compound, DMV vicinity, you stop right here at the entrance point and check for pedestrians and traffic. If you can't see both ways, you scoot slowly until you can see traffic properly before you drive out. But it doesn't have to be as clumsy as I just did it. You just got to be a little quick. Yes, right here is a stop sign. So I'm going to stop before the white line. And usually if you're going to go from a residential into a busy commercial street as this one, it's always almost impossible to see traffic coming from the other side. So what you do after you've stopped at the stop sign for about 2 seconds, but I usually say 2 seconds is a long time, but the important thing to stop is to see, I got two people honking at me. So you check traffic properly and merge into the lane closest to the right lane. I'm gonna make a left turn, and then I switch on my blinkers, my turn signal, look over the appropriate shoulder, and switch lane one lane at a time. I'm gonna make a left turn, check over my shoulder, merge in, check again over my shoulder, and merge right here. That's how you switch lanes. Also remember, when you get on the left lane to make a left turn, it is a locked lane. The lane is locked. You cannot change your mind and decide to go straight. If you get on this lane, once you get in this lane, you got to make that left turn. You can't change your mind and decide to go straight. Remember, it's always important to look over your shoulder. The reason you look over your shoulders is because the rear view mirrors do not catch the objects on the in the blind spot zone, the blind spot area. The blind spots are the area right beside the back door, close to the back door, close to the gas tank at the back or the trunk. The speed limit says 40 miles per hour on this road. So I'm going to keep it between 35 and 40. Sometimes when the speed limit says a particular speed limit, you do not necessarily have to do that speed limit. You check for the flow of traffic on that road. Sometimes the road might be very busy, and if you're doing 40, you're likely to cause an accident. So the idea is to get you not to drive too fast or too slow. Speed limit says speed limit. It means you cannot go above. Not that you always have to do that particular speed limit at every given time. So right here, I'm going to switch to the right lane. There's a red light. I'm going to slow down. When you're going to switch at it's a very short notice, you slow down so you can have enough time. Check over your shoulders, one lane at a time, and merge into the lane closest to the curb on the right. It's the green light. And when you're making a turn on the green, you don't have to stop, but slow down to make a turn, smooth turn like this. You do not have to stop. Stopping will amount or warrant a fail. It's called unnecessary stop. You do not have to stop on the green. It's your right of way. But when you proceed, you have to slow down. It's a pedestrian crossing right now. Before you make a left turn, the first thing you want to do is check for pedestrian traffic. I know the natural thing is to keep your eyes on the traffic in front of you, but that's not a safe thing to do. Safest thing to do is to check for pedestrians, because if you try to outrun the car in front of you and you did not check for the pedestrians, chances are you're going to run the pedestrian over, or you're going to try to stop in the middle of the road and the car is already speeding towards you. You don't want that to happen. Here's the stop sign. So I'm going to come to a complete stop. I'm making a left turn to check for traffic, left and right, and then I proceed with caution. This is a residential area, so I'm back. My speed limit is back to 25. So here, come to a complete stop. It's an intersection. Check left, right. I cannot see traffic on both ways. So what I'm going to do is proceed cautiously till I can see traffic properly, and then proceed. That you do that after you have stopped at the stop sign. Make sure you come to a complete stop first, and then because you cannot see traffic all the way, you got to proceed cautiously. Remember that. Here I'm going to make a right turn. Turn my blinker on, look over my shoulders, especially because the bike lanes are always on this side. So it's very important, most especially when you're making a right turn. Bikers always pop up behind you even before you notice them. So before you turn, now the law, California law says you can turn on red. I like to advise people, do not turn on red. Some examiners don't mind, some mind. So if you are in doubt, the safe thing to do is to ask the examiner before the test commences if they are okay if you turn on red. I think that will help. But in my own, if you ask me, I advise you just wait till it turns green. I'm going to make a right turn here. It's a green light. So what I'm going to do is just proceed cautiously, slowing down, not stopping. If you notice, I did not stop. I just slowed down. So here the speed limit says 40. So I'm going to pick up speed. Like I said, except the road is free as it is right now, you do not always have to do 40 when the speed limit says 40. You just drive at the pace of flowing traffic. Try to maintain the same pace. Another thing is, very important thing to note is when you're stopping behind cars. I've had people who wait till they get to, you don't have to wait till you get to the car before you hit the brakes. You get points, you get that's going to be recorded or marked for you as an error. You get points when you decelerate. It's called deceleration. When you start slowing down, at this point, you start slowing down. Like I see, I already spotted the red light. I start slowing down before I get to the stopped cars. When you do that, it makes your stop smooth